started a youth event on the south coast of England. We sold tapes at the back of the shows, and one thing led to another. At every stage along the way, we didn't kind of sign to a record label or anything like that. We just kind of were doing it all in-house and ourselves. At the time we went full-time, we were just too busy with the music to hold down our jobs. You know, so in '96 we went full-time, called ourselves Delirious, and that set us on this journey. We're all Christians. We work in the Christian music industry and in the normal music industry as well. Our records get sold on the high street. We've toured with bands like Bon Jovi, Matchbox 20, Bryan Adams. We've had 5 UK top 20s, and we absolutely love what we do. We love music, we love writing songs. We think that music is a great communicator, and we love where we play. We don't care whether it's a theatre, an arena, or a church.
Everybody okay? Here we go! 1, 2.
For us, we've all got laptops. We've had laptops for email on the road for years, and so to be able to, you know, turn that into a mini studio has been fantastic.
If you saw us in the studio, we've all got our little M-Audio stations dotted around the room, and if anybody gets an idea, what's great is that we don't have to stop the energy in the room. So, you know, Stu can be laying guitars down with Sam, our producer, but it doesn't mean that everything else stops, so that, you know, someone else can be working on a keyboard idea in headphones, or John can be working on a loop, and then when we have a tea break, hey, I've got something, and then we just fly it in.
The Transit USB has enabled us to actually sit on a plane and run a Pro Tools session in the space of an economy seat.
What we're trying to say is that M-Audio has saved our marriages. Because the amount of things we can get done on the road.
Throughout the year, we're kind of just gathering experiences, things we see, things we, you know, riffs and all that kind of stuff. And it's just so easy to throw those things down. Little keyboard riffs or guitar tones that I recorded with the Solaris microphone and Pro Tools M-Power that have made it into the tracking. So, you know, it really works. It sounds great and we love it.
I'm using Pro Keys on the road as a controller, and just plug it in and you've got a piano. You know, a piano player's dream really is to tour with a big concert piano, and we know that we can't just do that. So you want something you can plug in and have that emotional connection. I think that piano does that so very well for you.
Often studios can seem quite intimidating, but with the M-Audio stuff, you know, you can get to know it in your bedroom. You know, you're playing around, you can be experimental. You know, you get your Oxygen 8 out and you're off and running. And so you can just constantly be throwing ideas out, and it's a really great creative tool.
Everybody okay?
Particularly with the whole international thing that we do. We wanted to have a product that people all around the world could have a chance to see what Delirious were about live. And so it's been quite a timely thing, I think, for us to make a live DVD, and you know, it certainly has a different dynamic to just a studio record. And I can't see us ever going back in some ways. You know, every time I think if we ever bring a live product out again, it'll always be a DVD now, because it's been a great thing, and I think people seem to have loved it.
Basically, the whole of this year we'll be working on a new record. It's going to be quite a raw album, I think. Some of the things we've been experiencing around the world has been quite raw and touched a nerve with us. We travel an awful lot to loads of different countries, and we get the privilege to go to places like India, to Singapore, to Malaysia, to Indonesia, South Africa. We were in Rwanda as well, and so some of the things we're seeing in the third world have really inspired us as human beings, and we're wanting to kind of get a little bit of that into our songs this time. And I know it could be seen as jumping on the bandwagon in some ways. You know, we've got Bono out there and Bob Geldof doing, you know, some incredible work, but you know, there can never be enough people getting on board and doing this stuff. You know, we really can be a generation that sees the end of some things like malaria, and we can put a severe dent in the AIDS and HIV. And when you see kids that are orphaned, it changes you, and you can't look at the world again the same. So we're trying to bring some of those influences and experiences into our Western minds and into our Western songwriting, and just lay it out there and say, well, you know, we can, if we get involved, make a difference somewhere.
In our world, in Christian music, it's all about ministry, it's all about the songs, it's all about what God's doing, you know. But actually, you know, if you haven't got great gear behind you, you can't make great records. And so we've always been passionate about tone and sound, and, you know, it's actually all the combination of great tones and great gear and good songs that touches people, and that moves them to tears. And the M-Audio stuff is part of helping us make music that connects with people, that moves people, and that's very important.